This is day 2, how to get your first 1,000 customers. If you missed day 1, it's phenomenal. I talked about systems, right? I broke down high level thinking of how we got to over $20 million in sales with our ecom portfolio of Shopify brands. And today I'm talking about another pivotal piece that matters, right? Again, a disclaimer, none of this matters if you don't have a home run concept. That is something that we are excited to dive deeper into with the launch of what we're launching on Thursday. So, but I want to go into this. Number 2, communication, right? You can have a great product. It does not matter if you don't know how to communicate, right? Communication is the lifeblood, one of the biggest things about building a business. It's bigger than having a following. It's bigger than having social media. It's bigger than everything besides having a home run product. You need to know how to communicate what problem you solve to where people perceive it as something valuable, right? In order for me to exchange my real money, you need to provide me value to where I want to exchange that money for something as valuable as the money, right? People don't spend money. If they do, they're mad about it. People don't spend money on things that don't give them the value back of that money in return, if not greater, right? So when you are focused on building your business, you need to learn how to communicate what your product solves. So let's talk through it. I'm not good at this social media thing. That's one of the most common things that people say. I've talked to thousands of people building brands online, and it's people say it all the time. And I just want to say something, right? Your internal language is everything. It either closes up your ability to do something or it opens up your ability to do something. If you feel like you cannot do it, you will not be able to do it, right? The reason why we can consistently do $100,000 to $400,000 a month in sales of our brands online, hoodies, shirts, hats, apparel, is because we know we can do it, right? We're fully confident that we know our audience well enough to continue to do this, right? Most ecom brands die within a year. In fact, most of them are dead before they even start because they don't know the right things to do. And they keep trying to watch videos without having a community and the right place to help them grow and build, right? Um, you guys get the opportunity to learn from 8-figure brand owners. Like, I see so many people coaching that don't even own brands. They're telling you how they made 6 figures with a business before COVID, like 6, 7 years ago. But nobody's really teaching you how to sustain a business, right? We're 8 years in and we're still growing. We're still like making really good money. 15,000 square foot facility, employing family members, like creating generational wealth, right? So again, internal language matters. I don't know what problem I solve. So what problem does a hoodie solve, right? You don't even understand how to communicate and what the problem is that you solve for people. You just wanted to create a shirt and put it online. So having a great idea is just half the battle. The next step is learning how to communicate in such a way where people want to buy it, right? I don't know or understand content, right? These are things that people think about themselves because I've coached thousands of people, right? I've seen the cream of the crop go from $0 in sales to 50K in a month in 6 weeks. I've seen people go from 40K a month to 135K, right? 4X in 30, 60, 90 days and consistently hold those numbers, right? I've seen people do 100K months from nothing. I've seen people go from scratch, from an idea, going to Magic, right, in Vegas, creating their concept, coming up with their plan, and now doing 20,000 plus a month. 50,000 plus a month, back to back to back, growing, scaling businesses. And none of them would be able to do it if they don't learn how to communicate better. So I want to tell you this now. Elevating your communication begins with personal growth. Somebody was talking about they did a study and they were saying how the majority of prisoners on death row or in prison have a very small vocabulary, right? Because they don't, when they encounter issues, they don't know the right language or communication to be able to get themselves out of a situation in a wise way, right? You don't have to be a believer for me to share this with you, but I want to share this with you, right? This is Proverbs 18. I was reading this today, and it says, uh, "A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion." Right? A fool only takes pleasure, takes no pleasure in trying to understand a thing. They only care about expressing their opinion. Oh man, this don't work. I see people under our ads, under our social media accounts and stuff saying, "Oh man, whose warehouse did they rent? And this is not real, and this this is fake." And I'm just like, that is insane that you've built up this language of not even going to go do the research, but you're just quick to jump in and have an opinion. Everybody, if you look at social like stuff on IG and posts now, so many people have opinions about things that they really don't understand. And I'm gonna give you another word from this. It says, "A fool's lips walks into a fight, and his mouth invites a beating. A fool's mouth is his ruin, and his lips are a snare to his soul." Right? Whether you believe or not, the way you talk, the things that you say, the energy behind what you say could lead you into millions of dollars or prison or uh, jail or death, right? So there's death and life is in the power of the tongue, right? Matthew 4:4 says, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God." When you start to like personally grow in your communication, internally and externally, things change and shift, right? People make millions of dollars from communication. Everything that we do involves communication. If you look at the iPhone, they just made communication accessible in a ton of ways. When Steve Jobs stood up, when everybody else was, talking about the features an of an MP3 player and anti-skip and all this stuff, he literally said 1,000 songs in your pocket, and that transformed everything about Apple and their ability to um, dominate a market through communication, like dominate a market. I'm excited about this because if you learn how to communicate, you can dominate a market. Like I'll forever be able to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, uh, create millions of dollars of wealth if I feel like it, just by communicating, right? There's something to be heard or said by somebody who's made $20 million building multiple businesses, not one multi-million dollar business, but multiple, right? If you learn how to communicate and grow personally, grow in your communication, right? People think that it starts with just a great product and just put it out. No, it also starts with you growing. I heard a guy say that where you're operating at your highest capacity with your growth level right now. So if there's something that you get stuck in or feel like you can't go to the next level in, it's only because your personal growth. You're not listening to the right podcasts, reading the right books, holding yourself accountable to who you say you are, right? I get up at 4:40 every morning and go to the gym. When I don't feel like it, I can hear myself in my head saying, "Man, I don't want to do this today." But I keep getting up and doing it because I know that I've committed to myself that I'm going to the gym. So I get up every morning and I get my butt up and go to the gym. So when you commit yourself to an internal language that says, "I am who I say I am, I'm going to do it even when I don't feel like it," it prepares you to get to where you're trying to be. See, if you do the hard stuff now, it's easier later. Mm. If you do the easy stuff now, it's harder later, right? The harder stuff for me was 12-hour days. Like when this thing started popping off and I was working at the bank, like literally working to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, coming home, spending time with my wife and kids. 9 p.m. to 2 a.m., 4 to 5 days a week building this business because my internal language says, I don't want to be in corporate America forever. I'm building something that's bigger than me. So now 8 years later, my communication is different, right? Now I have money to employ. I have hundreds of thousands of dollars in our business account that I can employ to replace my 12 hours of work every day, right? I want you to think about this. Man, this is good. Say you say, I need $10,000 a month to live, right? The real wealth is not having a job that makes you $10,000 a month. Real wealth is having enough money to employ that makes me $10,000 a month and I don't need a job. If you employ enough money and put it to work to where you don't have to do the work, then you only get to do the stuff you love. Right? So this is another level of personal growth that like I want people to see. Like I'm in a position now where I'm like, okay, what parts of the business do I not enjoy doing and who can I employ that enjoys doing those things? Right? I can make $100,000 a month and take it home and I can work 12 hours a day, or I can make $80,000 a month and I can employ two more people to do the things that I don't like, where I can come to work and do work 3-4 hours a day. So I want you to start thinking through like your ability to communicate, your ability to take a business or a product to the next level by one sentence, right? Right? When we drop this hat, and this product has done millions of dollars in sales on different colorways and products. It was, your worship will take you places complaining won't. And every believer can resonate with that because, like, when you want to be negative and you want to internalize negativity, worship is a way, it moves you to a space of gratefulness instead of a space of negativity and complaining. I don't have time to complain. I only have time for solutions, being grateful, looking back to see, look at where I started at. Look at the little shack I was born in. Look at how my mama lived now, right? Look at how I live now. Look at how the opportunity that my kids have. Look at the opportunity I have. Look at where I came from corporate to 10 years of grit to now being able to do what I love every day, right? So that internal language is different. Now, secret sauce, there's a huge difference between trying to convince people to buy and letting them convince themselves through great communication. Listen, I'm going to say it again. There's a big difference between buy my stuff, and making a product and an offer so good that when they see it, they say, ooh, I got to have that. Ooh, I'm going to look good in that hoodie. Ooh, that hat is fire. I got to have it. Right? Money is finite. Even if I make $100,000 a month, I can't go buy a plane with $100,000 a month. I mean, not a G5. So even I have a budget of amount of things that I can buy. Everybody does. You have to be able to communicate what you do so well that you're saying somebody is taking their hard-earned money and going to buy something from me. That's a process of love, care, consideration that you need to put your products and frame your products in a way that people want to spend their hard-earned money with you and you be grateful about it, right? While we talking right now, orders coming through, right? Shopify orders coming through. These people are spending hard-earned money on products, right? $41 on this order, $94 on that order. Just say the average person makes $20. That's 4 hours of work that they spent $90 on something. Almost 5. I do not take that for granted. It's my job to be very detailed and consider the people that I serve with the products that I offer, that I'm not just trying to make a quick buck. I'm not going to put fake images on my website. I'm going to put real models. I'm going to show my product at the highest level to where people see the highest version of themselves. That when they get the product, it makes them feel a certain way. People buy from us hundreds of times, 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 times. I'll pick up the phone and make a call. Why are you buying? Thank you. Listen to the stories of what they say, right? Caring, considering, right? I can give you a script. I can give you an ad format. So I'm teaching the other day to our mastermind students. These are people that pay anywhere from 2,500, 5,000, 10,000, or $30,000 to work with us. Which is why I'm excited about Thursday's announcement, because like what we're doing is about to give uh, people who are just starting an opportunity to work with 8-figure brand owners and get the mindset, like take this on. Like being in community, hearing stuff like this is different. This is not just a strategy or a tactic. This is no. If I change this one thing in my life, I can be a multimillionaire. If I change how I communicate, if I grow personally, if I'm taking in the right stuff. This is bigger than just running an ad. This is understanding human buying behavior to a point to where it takes you to another level of growth. But I'm going far, right? I can give you a script for days, but until you understand how humans think and why they buy things or don't buy things, this won't matter at all. I cringe when I see people say, "Oh, I'm going to give you all the scripts and I'm going to give you all the stuff and you just tell me exactly what to do." I'm not telling you exactly what to do. I want you to understand why I do what I do, the way I do it, so you can take any product and sell it. The stuff that we teach is stuff that will help you sell anything. I don't care if you're selling fingernail clippers, scissors, hairbrushes, cologne, catering, skincare. I don't know how many skincare cream companies we've helped scale to 100,000 plus a month. Like, it doesn't matter. What matters is your ability to tap into the emotions of a human that makes people say, I need this product. I'm going to buy it. Right? I'm not giving you no script. I'm going to give you the growth, the ability to understand this is what makes people buy things. Human sales psychology. Right? So, communication is key. Systems are key. These are things that's going to help you get to your first 1,000 customers. When you learn how to communicate what makes your product great, what's unique about your product, why should people buy this instead of your competitor's product? And here's the great part about it. You don't need 1 million followers to make this happen. You could literally start your business today and next month be doing 10K if you learn how to communicate well. Man, let me share this with y'all. This is a true story. I just read this book. I would encourage everybody to get Audible or buy books. If you like physical, I have a 30 to 35-minute drive to my office every morning. So I like to listen, and I like to listen in the gym. I just read a book called An Enemy Called Average by John Mason, right? I have a list of books in here. Principles by Ray Dalio. Innovation Secrets of Steve Jobs, Carmine Gallo. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Who Not How. Psychology of Money uh, by Morgan Housel. Take Control of Your Life, Mel Robbins. Sustain Your Gains, Alan Stein. Like, these are powerhouse books. Start with Why. Excellent book. The Richest Man in Babylon. The Compound Effect. These are books that I've read. These are things, EntreLeadership, Dave Ramsey, right? Lead Like It Matters, Craig Groeschel. The books go on. These are things that I read. These are things that I take notes from. These are things that I chew on in my mind throughout the day. And when you encounter problems, when you read good stuff, it gives you the right questions, right? So instead of saying, I'm not good at this social media thing, that's internal language. This says, you know what, if I mess with this for 20 minutes a day, every single day, 2 hours a day, every single day, I'm going to become efficient at it. If I see a problem, the question is, what's the solution to the problem? Because if I have the problem, most likely everybody has it. It's not just you. We all have disruptions, right? Anytime that you gain intent for something, disruption follows. Disruption follows intent. Oh, I'm going to build this multi-million-dollar business. Oh man, your friends, oh man, you can't do that. What you doing? Why you think you can build a business? Now you got all these people dogging your dreams. You don't even understand why. Or, you lose your job or a bill come up or you hit a hurdle on what you need to learn in order to get there. That happens all the time. But y'all, I'm gonna tell you this. When we took this hat and sit it in the middle of the road, right? Two yellow lines, no cars coming, but sit that hat in there and we said, your worship will take you places complaining won't. We came up with $1 million line that communicated a business that we realized took us to an entire level. So every campaign has its own language. Look at this. Let me show you how this. When we put out this hoodie, not perfect, just forgiven. First of all, the language resonates deeply with anybody who's serious about growing in your relationship with Jesus, right? This is just for we know our the people that we serve. So whatever you're selling, you need to understand the culture of the people you're selling to, right? You can't try to sell something in Spanish to all people who speak English. You got to know the culture, the language, the dynamics, right? So we know the culture of the person that we're trying to reach. And we know that none of us are perfect, but we're all forgiven by who we follow and believe in. So if I create something that makes you feel good about wearing, I'm I took my son and my niece to Five Below yesterday and I got this on. And the lady is walking out. She's literally maybe 10, 15, 20 feet from me. And she says, "Oh, I love that shirt. I love it." Right? She resonates with the shirt. She sees it and it's a vibe. How that make you feel when you're walking around with something that's a vibe on, right? And you know that it fits who you are as a human, make you feel good, right? So that's one of the things when you look at what we create, our consumers love to be affirmed in what they believe and still look good while they're doing it. This ain't church merch. This is something you can wear at church. You can wear it to the mall. You can wear it out to your favorite events and rock your faith and still be the freshest in the room. That's what we do. Before us, it was church merch. When we came, we started creating things that look good anywhere. I was out last night rocking, rocking pieces. I rock this stuff every day. I live and breathe it. I know the culture, the language of it, the dynamics. So when you're building a business, it's not just here my stuff, buy it, every detail, right? Communication is not just words. It's the framing of the product. This image communicates a lot of stuff, right? When you look at me in this product, the shoes match, the pants fly, I got a little flair. Every detail, we iron this out well. Everything about this image communicates excellence. So the more likelihood of somebody seeing this and saying, "Oh man, I like the way you put that together. I'm gonna rock that." That's the internal language that they sell. See, they don't even realize the level of detail we put into shooting this that makes them say that. It's an image, it's in copy, it's I'm gonna give you this game. This is good. Whenever you combine urgency and scarcity and excellence in framing, you can sell a lot of stuff, right? Most items are not restocked. Urgency. If you notice, 2X, only 2X and 3X are left in stock. All the rest of these sizes sold out. Man, when I come to the website, they be selling out so fast. So I know when I see the next thing I like, I better get it. I got a system, we talked about that yesterday, in place so that when this does come back in stock, I can get email or SMS. I can get a text or I can get an email of this product. Yes, sir. Right? When it comes out, when that email pop up that is back in stock, I got to go get it. Urgency, scarcity, and it's framed really well. So the next email I send out to my community is talking about, y'all, I just appreciate how quickly this sold out. This is so dope. We got this amazing product. In your mind, you're doing three things. You're letting them know that it's sold out. So you're in the in crowd. Man, if I missed it, I really want this. The next time I see it, I'm going to get it. And then you're communicating you're the best or the leader in your category, and you're the best at what you do. So every time you drop, they want it. It's levels to this, y'all. There, all of these things. Thursday, big announcement for everybody who's wanted to be a part of our mastermind who hadn't been able to afford it. It's too expensive, right? It's 30,000 to work with us one to one. Me and Gabe, mastermind cost a few thousand to be in that stuff. Big announcement on Thursday. Like this year, we want to optimize helping people go from, hey, I got an idea to getting their first 1,000 customers. That's what we want to do, y'all. So, anyway, let me recap. Internal language has to be good. Stop telling yourself what you can't do and tell yourself what you can. Stop asking the wrong questions. Stop saying the wrong things. Ask the right questions, right? What do I need to say, or how do I need to communicate this to where people see that it's best in market, best in class, right? Scripts won't help you. I mean, they will, but you know what'll help you even more is when you understand it and you understand why things don't sell, why people buy things, and the human behavior behind that. These are things we want to teach. These are things we want to take you to the next level in. So anyway, I'm excited. Thursday is coming. This is day 2. Tomorrow I got another amazing bomb class for y'all. Rock on. Let's get it. Love y'all. Let's get it.